You swear what, Sylvius? Brother, listen, if there is no violence, then there will be no power grab. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim, you find the suspect. Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured. This is getting more interesting by the minute. So we got the brother wolves, the wolf brothers, whatever. We got Team Falcon, Team Beaumont, and we got Team Volerti over here. Yeah, this could spiral out of hand really quickly. Look at those scum, foul vermin, a lot of them. Mark my words, Sparrow Son. Every one of these petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. They don't look too violent to me. Trust me, this is just how the crowd looked before the July Revolution. It only takes one crazed individual and the entire crowd will explode into a frenzy. Oh, he's right. Hey, it's you, Friar. It's good to see you again. No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You're needed urgently on the Place La Concorde. Me? Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty? There's no time to explain. Any minute now. Ah, do you hear that gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector. We must make haste. A trap. Inspector, I really don't think you should be trusting this friar. He's a two-faced wolf. Frère Remus has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. But Inspector, this isn't up for discussion, Sparrow Son. I have a duty to uphold. Stay put. I'll be back in no time at all. But... What should I do now? He doesn't know. A gunshot. It was nearby too. So the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madame. I can't afford to take chances. Not now. Piero, march the crowd to the Palais Royal and construct a barricade. Yes, ma'am. Fontaine, Falcon, we're going to find the source of this disturbance in the force. It came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry. I'm moving as fast as these old legs will... Mon Dieu, a body. This woman must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard. But I don't see a shooter. Who is that? Do we know her? It's like a bird again. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector? Falcon. Well, I should have known that the Viridian killer would have had a part in this. Inspector, I'm not... What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Madame, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air. And all of a sudden this brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel!" He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. Well, now we know what really happened. And what is this nonsense? What are you prattling on about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. It hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the one to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's just take a breath, examine the situation and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at La Salle too? La Salle? What are you talking about? I'm starting to think I might have run on conclusions too easy, because they're clearly framing him now, and let's just move on. I'm not sure. It's getting unpredictable again. 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There's no way that is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I really shouldn't be surprised that the stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damned eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Oh man, yeah, I know him. Falcon doesn't really know the truth like we do. Now that's going to be interesting. We can choose from what I or we know as player. We can choose what Falcon would choose. But yeah, he's more of a justice type. He's not... No, he would say, I know this man. Madame, I know this man. His name is Inspector Volerti. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. Oh, now we're screwed. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort his invalid to Pierre's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. With pleasure, madame. Come along, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. I'm feeling like being part of an army right now. Doing tasks for the commander. There's no way that this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. I knew he was reasonable, Fontaine. An isolated gunshot, this far away from the police line? It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. There are messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire, and there's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Well, you're doing nothing about it? Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agree that this wasn't the work of Inspector Volerti, right? Then there might be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner's examination, eh? Fine, you have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricade whether you're done here or not. Select an area to examine. How many areas are there? There's this scratch on her shoulder or back. We can inspect her or his, no, it's her head. And there's a blood mark. And we can inspect this part over here. Let's start here with her hand or sleeve. It's a long shot, but maybe this girl is faking her injury. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. Right. No, nothing. Guess that didn't work out. Let's check her beak. Everyone's been so fixated on who did this that nobody stopped to ask who this girl was. I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among the thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know, but in the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about for her death. Let's examine this. What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood. Probably the mademoiselle's. I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. I suppose so, but if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer, it has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? And why is it a hand, not a claw? Did the murderer sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound, or were they injured prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here, and no time for a thorough investigation. Okay, that's my first piece of evidence. Bloody handprint. The murdered girl had a bloody handprint on her left shoulder. There's one more place, the blood, where I guess she was shot, of course. This is the bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? Well, it looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know, its caliber? Let me guess, you're hoping that the caliber of the bullet is different to the caliber of the inspector's gun. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. And as you can plainly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. So, you need to see the bullet itself. We need a doctor for that. Yeah, or just do it ourselves. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? I assume you have little more experience in this area than I do. We still have the tool, right? That the doctor wouldn't have. Well, you're not wrong here. Fine. It will only take a moment. Sounds awesome. Here you go. 1 used bullet. It looks like a standard lead rifle or pistol ball, but I'm afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I would guess that it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry that I can be more specific. That's an enormous help, thank you, monsieur. And we'll get a fragmented bullet, the remains of the bullet used in shooting. Fontaine speculates that the ball is 13 till 17 millimeters in diameter. I guess we're done, right? This is it. Yeah, alright. I'm done here. Very good. Let's move this body off the street, then we must hurry to the Palais Royal. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I'll see to it that justice is done. Everything is going just as planned. The madame's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal, the Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur. It's getting even more interesting. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguises are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan? Indeed, and you're Judge Romulus to corrupt Wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king, you shot the croque monsieur, and just moments ago I saw you murder a maiden at the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? You're playing with fire now, Renard. He could kill you. Yeah, as if you have any proof for any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know that you're one half of the Viridian killer. Ah, so the wolves did it. On any other day, I would gut you where you stand, Fox, but as it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh, the Viridian killer is too busy to kill me? Is that the truth, or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Vulpes. Ah, Monsieur Sparrowson, perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian killer. This guy? He's the Viridian killer? He looks more like Judge Romulus to me. Well, you would be right about that too. Wow. So he's 2 scumbags in 1. Alright then. Ow! Mind the wound. That easy, huh? Quit your whining, Your Honor. Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He is something of a notorious killer after all. Of course, let's see what we've got here. Aha, here we are. A pistol. Probably the one to use to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find, Monsieur Sparrowson? This, an eye patch? Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch? So was he the killer? Oh no, this is bad, very bad indeed. I don't get it, what's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain, mousy. What is it, Monsieur Vulpes? Okay, he was standing on his head. Take this eye patch to Jayjay Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Palais Royal right now. Tell him that this belongs to Ramesses' brother. Hurry now. Right away, Monsieur Vulpes, right away. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Monsieur Vulpes. I guess it would be Remus, right? What am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus. Why won't he go with him so easily? What a strange day. Strange day indeed. Outside the Palais Royal, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago you were seen at La Salle. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl, again completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. Madame Beaumont, stop! The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madame Falcon has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend that you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I can convince you of this inspector's innocence. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you, madame. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. Okay, so first of all, let's recap on what Frère Remus had to say. Okay, let's not mess this up again. I guess we have all the proof we could have gotten, I think, this time. Wait, where is that friar? He's a key witness to this crime. He scarpered as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Said he had some business to attend to. Business? Beck. He is new. Man, oh man, those barricades are looking pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I'm a brave duck. I am the great officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong, truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for... Hello, officer. Ah, you scared me, monsieur. Monk? Friar, actually. Frère Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp and I overheard a conversation. Oh, this sounds good. Do go on. They said they were going to launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're going to rain hellfire on the palace. Oh no, it's just as I feared. What'll we do? It's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive. Ah, total annihilation. I like it. But friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes, so what? I don't know. It's just that your ID doesn't seem very Christiany. Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on pecking duck tonight. Understand? That's an awful lot to take in. Now let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the Friar Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay, I will. But you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. What? Sorry, wipe what? It's mousy. Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard Vulpes. Thank you, Mousy. What is this? An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brothers? This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus? That's interesting. Where is Romulus? There's no time, monsieur. Just take it, take it! And we've received an eye patch. This is our third piece of evidence, an eye patch found on the man called Judge Romulus, aka Sylvius. So we have 3 pieces of evidence. We can't go wrong this time. And I'm planning to unfold it. And yeah, I wonder what kind of ending we're getting now. Maybe it's kind of the same as 4A and 4B. I'm not sure, but let's just see what happens.